You register a universal application if you want to manage data for an external application for which there is no packaged application adapter. You can think of the Universal Application Adapter as a flexible open interface because it doesn't enforce conformity to the requirements of an external application. The registration process creates an application and a default view. For each registered dimension, the registration process creates a viewpoint, the data chain objects used to define the viewpoint, and business validation rules. The data chain objects not only manage the data for you, but also apply rules to the data. Let's register a universal application. Navigate to Applications, and then click Register. For application type, select Universal. Enter a name and optional description. Select an external system type from the drop-down list. If your external system is not displayed in the list, scroll down and select Other, and then enter the required system type. Click Next to see the application summary, then click Create to create the application. The next step is to add dimensions to the application. On the Basic Info page, enter the dimension name and an optional description. You can specify whether the dimensions nodes are a hierarchy or a list. You can also decide whether to allow shared nodes in the dimension. Shared nodes let you model the same node under different parents within the same hierarchy. Let's add a node type. Enter a name and optional description for the node type. Optionally, you can enter a node type qualifier and specify the qualifier's position. I'll enter D_ as the prefix, and click Next to open the Properties for Dimension Node Type page. Nodes in a dimension can have properties such as a name or description. You can create properties for the node type or select existing properties. Existing properties include core properties and statistics, custom properties, and application-specific properties. I'll add the core description property. You can specify the parameters that apply to the property for this node type. The parameters shown here depend on the property you selected. Click Next to add the property to the node type. Next, I'll add a custom currency property. When you create a property, you select the property template that matches the type of data the property will contain. I'll select custom.string. Enter the property name and an optional description. You can specify whether the property applies to nodes or to relationships between nodes. This will be a node-level property. Click Next. As with the existing properties, you specify the property parameters and usage. I'll enable positional inheritance for this property, so child departments will inherit the currency from their parent. Click Next to return to the list of properties. When you're done adding properties for the node type, click Next to return to the list of node types for the dimension. I'll add another node type for the dimension. When I select an existing property, notice that the currency property I defined for the previous node type is available to assign to this node type. I'll accept the defaults on this page and click Next to view the property parameters and usage settings. I'll accept the settings and click Next to return to the properties list. When you're done adding node types to the dimension, click Next to continue. You define parameters for import and export on this page. In this import file, top node represents the top node for the department hierarchy. For explicit control within an import or export data file, you can designate node type columns within the file by checking these boxes and specifying column headers for each node type. When you're done defining the dimension, click Next to return to the list of dimensions for the application. Click Next again to view the application summary. Review your application, then click Apply to save the registration. A confirmation is displayed that the data chain object creation completed successfully. If you inspect the viewpoint, you select the Definition tab to see the node types associated with the viewpoint, and the Properties tab includes a comprehensive list of properties for all node types. You can also view all the data chain objects generated by the registration process. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.